I was up here, I was reading through all this stuff, because I was mainly focused on I had to see the episode. Like, I was panicking, like, I'm never going to see that again. But that means I was totally oblivious, and I did not see this little excerpt up here that says abnormality rematches. Happy teddy bear. So you always have the option to go back, people were saying. That's awesome. I don't want everyone to think that I'm going to cheat my way through this. I don't even know how I got the teddy bear. There was an interesting theory, because I did pick the match. So apparently it does burn based on how many times the thing hits you. And I was just tanking damage. So I might have accidentally killed it by letting it hit one of our agents over and over and over again with the match on. That could have actually been the thing that happened. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. But that still doesn't explain why, when I did get the teddy bear, it just randomly hopped right back into the library and didn't show me the cutscene. Like, at all. It just skipped all of it. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's what happened, or if it really was just it glitched the heck out. Either way, though. Now, I know that technically I could avoid clashing with this thing by using a lot of defense. What I had decided to do instead was I just overpower this thing. So that's what I'm going to try to do again, because we can crank out some damage. Yeah, see, I already have it down to about half damage. So as long as I can keep going with this damage, it's not really that difficult of a fight. I guess let's try this, and if I win this clash off the first one, then I'll reduce the second one, and I'll power through it that way. And then I can focus strike with this next set. So as long as I'm following through with some heavy damage after it deals damage to us, we can wipe out the teddy bear pretty easily. Wow, those were really bad rolls. Doesn't actually matter all that much, though. Ashes. When we get hit, we inflict 1 to 3 burn damage. So this is perfect, because now I can give this... Let's give it to Malkuth, because they have the highest health. They can withstand one of the hugs. I don't know, is it now or next time? So it's next time. If my math is mathing correctly, it'll start doing the 30 damage hug. I might be able to go over the top of a couple of its rolls if I get super lucky, but I still need Malkuth to take the hits. I need them to take that damage, because they'll apply burn then. Right here. Yeah, see, 2 burn. And then it goes again. 2 more burn. So now, even if it didn't die, it was going to take 4 damage. Next round. So that's how I was planning on beating this thing, was using the combination of that match and just an all-out barrage. So it works. I feel a lot better about it now. I don't feel like I cheated you and myself out of a good fight.
그렇습니다, 부장님. 산과 줄리아는 귀환하지 못했습니다. 추가 지원을 요청합니다.
Ooh, additional support. Is this San's... That's not San's younger brother. They said younger brother, right? Or did they mean San was their younger brother?
이사도라. 자네가 생각하기에는 도서관의 목적은 무엇으로 보이나?
Walter is definitely not a younger brother. Walter is probably like a father, but they sort of almost look like San. That's just the hair, though. The rest of them doesn't look anything. They can't be related, right? But then who else is the connection here? Is it Julia? Is it Julia and Isadora? Are those the connections that San had?
지금까지의 정보에 따라 말씀드리자면 지식의 축적입니다.
지식의 축적이라.
도서관은 거래를 제시할 뿐입니다. 외부에 영향을 끼치지도 않으며 오직 들어간 자들만을 대상으로 보상과 벌을 집행합니다.
Right, exactly. It just punishes those who are greedy. That's it.
승자는 원하는 책을 얻고 패배한 자는 도서관이 원하는 책이 되는 것뿐인.
Honestly, that feels like a very fair deal in this world. It's a square deal. That's pretty good.
뒤틀림 현상과의 관계성은?
According to this book that we randomly found in the middle of nowhere, yes.
뒤틀림과는 모르겠습니다.
Am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure Angela said we're going to make a book that tells everyone about the link between the two and throw it out into the world. That way they all come flooding back.
하지만 어렴풋이 느껴지는 감으로는 반드시 관련이 있다는 것입니다.
Well, maybe not directly, because the distortion event thing happened because of the tree, right? Or does the existence of the library continue to have the same effect that the tree had? And that's why the distortions continue to happen? Or is it just, you know, people got irradiated And over time, their body just fills up with that radiation and starts mutating. And then eventually they become the distortions. But it's that initial pulse of gamma radiation that they got from the tree that really kind of pushes them in that direction. And the library's not really doing anything, it's just sitting there.
이유는
도서관의 초대장, 책, 그리고 그곳에 사서라 불리는 존재들. 도서관이 지니고 있는 모든 요소가 뒤틀림과 유사하다고 봅니다.
Why are they similar to the distortions, though? In what way?
그 어떤 방법으로도 성분, 구성 요소 관측이 불가능하다는 공통점도 있습니다.
You can't analyze them? So they couldn't analyze the pianist then? But it was a physical manifestation. You could still attack it. How can you attack something that you can't observe? Okay, this confuses me a little bit. Obviously, we have a picture of the pianist, but that could have just been a representation. Were they just swinging wildly at sound? The sound of a piano, and suddenly they lopped off the head of the pianist and it stopped? Or what? I feel like I'm missing something here. Maybe the instruments can't observe it. Whatever instruments they would use get like scattered or like they get jammed somehow and can't observe the things.
관측이 되지 않기 때문에 비교 분석이 안 되지만 오히려 관측이 안 된다는 공통점이 있습니다.
That is a very vague common trait. I can also say that Bigfoot and like all of the Loch Ness Monster, all those other like cryptids are also unobservable. Now that's not to say that and you can't tell me that the library isn't basically just a cryptid. That's why it's an urban legend. Because the only information we know is just from people's accounts of it. And all the cryptids, all the monsters that we have in this world, and like even mythologies, all of that is just people's accounts of things. Nothing that we've got like hard evidence on. It's the same thing. Are you gonna tell me, next they'll be telling me Bigfoot comes from the library.
자네답지 않게 막무가내군.
Exactly. This feels like a stretch, which tells me that she's just itching to go.
우리 육과에서는 도서관에 목숨을 걸지 않을 거야. 무턱대고 뛰어들기에는 너무나 많은 불확실성이 있기 때문이네.
I like Walter. I like Walter a lot. There is that saying, and I always get it wrong, and someone always corrects me, but correct me again, because I'm going to get this wrong. You have to fear the old man that has lived long enough doing a job where it's pretty easy to die young. This guy knows his stuff. He's been through a lot. Otherwise, he wouldn't be this old and this high up.
치바이에는 하루에도 수백 건의 의뢰가 들어와. 육과도 그에 따라 배정되는 일들이 있지.
Oh, and Walter's only the director of Section 6. Walter's not even like the highest in the Zwei Association.
그것들을 무시하고 도서관에만 매달리기에는 자네의 주장은 빈약하다는 것 알고 있지.
알고 있습니다.
알고 있음에도 도서관 조사 인력 보강을 추가 요청하고 있지. 그렇다면 자네는 뒤틀림과의 불확실한 접점을 빌미로 복수를 행하거나 동료들의 책이라는 것을 회수하고 싶은 것뿐 아닌가. 지금 순간에도 사육제 같은 조직은 버젓이 대낮에 사람들의 내장을 씹어먹고 브레멘 음악대는 사람들을 뜯어내서 예술품으로 만들어 산채로 길가에 전시하고 있어.
Oh my God, what? I mean, I should have known that this was happening, but there's also the chefs that are eating people, so I don't know why. The musicians, I guess, are making modern art pieces out of people. So, yay. At least people get to enjoy good art, I guess.
게다가 이것보다 더한 미친놈들이 도시에 흐르고 있지. 우리는 그런 도시의 어둠으로부터 의뢰자를 지켜줘야 하는 것이고.
More insane? How do you get more insane than that? I need to quit asking questions because I don't want any more answers anymore. I don't want to know these people who are more insane.
알고 있습니다.
치바이의 경고가 뭐지?
당신의 방패입니다.
That's why it's the shape of a shield. That's pretty cool. Which means that they don't go on offenses. They defend people.
우리는 의뢰자의 방패가 되어줘야 하는 거야. 방패를 스스로 내리지는 말라고. 나가보게.
Is she sneaking in by herself? Don't go in by yourself.
예.
Don't do it. I'll feel really bad.
이사도라.
예,
서랍 속에 있는 이 초대장은 자네가 갖다 둔 건가?
Oh my god, there's another invitation in Walter's drawer. Well, if she wasn't interested before, she is now.
아니요, 아직 새로운 초대장은 없습니다.
도서관의 위험도는 현재 어떻지?
아직은 도시 전설이지만 새로운 보고가 갱신될 때마다 위험도가 소폭 상승하고 있습니다.
Yeah, and it's only gonna climb more if people keep going. Why do people not just realize if you just stop walking into the lair of the boogeyman quits being scary?
그런 건가? 뒤틀림의 책이라.
Oh no. Did Angela include a little clause like P.S. We have a book just explaining everything about distortions?
이런 식으로 앞물고는 배기지 못할 미끼를 던져놓고 배를 불려갔던 거군.
So the other invitations had personalized little notes to draw people in then too, didn't it? Because I've been reading like the invitation, and it seems very vague to me. Like it doesn't explain a lot. It does explain a little bit. And like all the rules are there. But it seems like in rare cases like this one, it provides little tidbits of information to really entice people.
덕분에 일이 수월해졌어. 뒤틀림에 대한 책은 지금까지 누구에게도 못 구했었잖아.
지금 상황에서 필요한 것을 제공해줬을 뿐이야. 나는 누구보다 상황을 파악하고 대처하는 것에 우수하니까.
Yeah, that is true. Angela's really good at baiting people. Really hard.
그 말대로입니다. 츠바이를 어떻게 해야 할지 막막했었는데 완벽한 타이밍이었습니다.
They're both smiling more, which scares me. With these two on the same page, things are only going to get nastier, especially since now they're working together to bring in all of these associations.
더구나 책을 바로 만들어낼 수 있으셨다니 그냥 전부 왕창 만들어두면 되지 않습니까?
내가 알고 있는 것에 대해서만 책을 펴낼 수 있어. 다시 펴내려면 시간이 필요하고.
But you know things. You know lots of things. And you could write books about all the research that was done. All the different abnormalities are here anyway. So maybe she has been filling the shelves, and that's why all these other books are here already. I don't know. Also, people were explaining to me exactly why there's a time skip between the whole Binna thing and then like L Corp. And you are correct. I forgot that L Corp was established after the Binna thing, and that they did the whole L Corp establishing part in order to not get taken over by the wings and the head. And it makes sense. If you make yourself important, then they can't get rid of you. And that's what they did. That's why the whole robots thing happened about that time. That's why the whole AI thing happened about that time, and why they couldn't have real bodies. Because they were all part of the wings, and they had to obey certain laws and rules, even though it's basically the Wild West out here. As long as you don't poke the bear of the bigger ones, you're free to do whatever you want to anyone considered lower than you, as far as the hierarchy, the power hierarchy goes. That sort of kind of connects the dots a little bit. And then people were kind of saying, which I really respect you guys for not spoiling too much, but they were definitely saying in the comments that we will learn more information here in the library. So that's kind of cool too.
그런 거군. 종종 부탁해도 되는 거야?
내 일을 도와주는 것이니 협력은 해줄게. 너무 귀찮게는 굴지 마.
네, 제가 엔젤라님의 일을 도와드리는 것뿐인데 엔젤라님께서 신경 쓰이게 해서는 안 됐죠?
Buddy. Gotta tone down the sarcasm a touch.
잘 풀릴 것 같아?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
츠바이의 부장 정도면 다음 단계로는 충분해. 정보의 가치가 차원이 다를 거야.
Oh, she's not even bothered. She was talking about the whole director thing, huh? Well, yeah, I guess the director would know something, but it's just a director of a section. It's not even the whole association. If we could somehow manage to grab a hold of a director of the entire association, that would be a lot of information.
현장도 오랜만이군. 자네도 그렇지 않은가?
Well, we got our wish. Walter's here. Hey, Walt, what's up?
네, 그렇습니다.
이번 건이 무사히 처리된다면 육과를 벗어날 수 있다네. 더 이상 수준 떨어지는 조직들과 뒤엉키지 않고 깔끔하게 뒤틀림에 대한 정보를 얻을 수 있어서 좋군. 나도 자네도 언제까지고 육과에서 썩을 수만은 없잖아.
What is it about section 6 that's so bad? Is that like the bad part of this section of like the nest area? Because I'm assuming each of these areas surrounds one of the corporations. I'm pretty sure that's kind of how the hierarchy works. Is that one of the wings is the center point of the city. You got the nest around it, and the nest is divided up into sections. And then each of the different associations manage the city, like the nest around the corporations. That's how I'm assuming it's going, because it feels like that would be the hierarchy of things.
예,
동료의 복수도 이루고 뒤틀림에 대한 실마리도 얻고 더불어 더 높은 곳을 향할 수 있지 않은가.
In fact, that deal seems almost too good to be true.
이상하리만큼 모든 게 맞아떨어지네요.
환영합니다, 손님. 전 이곳에
자네가 엔젤라군. 도서관의 관장이자 사서. 맞지?
No! Bad! I guess Walter said the thing. Good job, Walter. But Angela was supposed to say the thing.
네, 그 말대로입니다.
보고로 듣긴 했지만 자네는 정말 인간이 아닌 기계인가? 이런 대답을 안 해도 냄새가 난다고. 기계는 기계답게 행동했어야지.
A machine must behave as a machine. That is just echoed constantly.
이렇게나 일을 버려두다니. 도시 안에서 인간이 아닌 것들이 이 정도로 말썽을 피우면 골치가 더 아파진다고.
월터 과장님, 괜히 자극해서는 더 위험할 것이라.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is upset Angela enough that she stops caring about the books. The second she doesn't need your book anymore, she'll turn you inside out.
부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
Who's stronger than the others? Not really anyone in particular. I guess the silver-haired one? So I'll attack the other ones first then. They all have the same cards. Okay, good to know. Let's throw out my Keter team. I like them. They do good work. So the silver one is in the middle. So let's attack all the ones on the outside first. Oh, that hurt a little bit. That hurt a lot of it. Now we get our turn. I was hoping our dodge would... Nah, at least leave them not staggered would have been good. There we go. We're going to just blow through them now. Hopefully, even though we did have someone staggered pretty hard. As long as no one's attacking them, though, I'm going to ignore them. And instead, I'm going to... Darn it. I guess I just need to roll with it. I can do this. No, I shouldn't. I should just attack them. I have to eliminate them. They are really missing out on not attacking Dia, though, because Dia would get obliterated here. We're fine. Just power right through. Bring them down. This one needs to go. Did they not die? They had to have, right? Let's do scars. I'm gonna put that on... Should I put it on Dia? They should be back this round, right? Yeah, should be back this round. They have 1 HP? Well, do they have a dream or are they making a move? They're making a move, which means that they will take that 1 HP, or 2 HP in damage. So, instead, I'm gonna retaliate against, I guess, this one? Yeah, this one will be good, because I can dodge most of that then, as long as I roll okay. And now I'm going to recover some HP with this one, because I'm definitely hitting this one over here. And all the cards here are basically free, so let's use Skitter Away, because what that'll do is I should hopefully be able to dodge all of these attacks, and they'll take the bleed damage and die from it. Right? Then I won't have to even bother with that one. Stagger them. Stagger them! No! Stagger this one. Or not. They made a move. They have bleed. Yeah! And then I'm just gonna non-stop attack. Yeah, because we should be able to dodge this one pretty heavy too. And then we might be able to power through that second attack then. One more. Yeah! So far so good. Now we just have to try to stagger this middle one. If we can do that one, we've got this. I should do Pale Hands, right? Or increase max HP by 15% and gain speed. That one on Roland. Yes, I love the heart. The heart is so good for my defense build, even though technically it's not anymore. I could commandeer. Because on the off chance we don't obliterate them... Oh, wait, we'll stagger them, though. Yeah, that's just silly. Maybe I should just dodge. There's the stagger. Now everything else is going to be fatal damage. Oh, we just ended them. That's all. Well, that works. Now, we are a little injured. But I think we can go ahead and try to take on this crew again. Whoa! Speed dice. Slot +1? What does that mean? They get to roll 2 of them? And what, take the highest number? Walter, buddy, you're insane. I want a bunch of Walters on my team. Yeah, they get 2 dice. The heck, buddy? Oh, does that mean they get 2 attacks? Oh, I hate you. Well, I guess that would be something that you would expect out of Walter, the head of the Section 6 team. There's going to be people that attack me like 8 times. I already hate this. I want to bring down, I think, Isadora first. I'm eating a lot of damage. I guess let's clash against Isadora with this one. And then I can retaliate here. Here we go. We're taking a ton of damage. I just hope we don't get staggered. That already hurt a lot. That hurt a lot. Power through it. Power through it. You can do it. Power through. We're okay so far. Is it our turn now? Oh, we did our turn. Did we even hit any of them? Just Isadora. Oh, that sucks. Like major. Okay, maybe now we retaliate hard here. They're doing the same move. We just got to roll better. We're going before this anyway. We're going to lose Dia, unfortunately. I could heal the HP. What kind of attack are they doing? That one and that one. The 4 HP is not going to do enough, I don't think, to save us. Let's see. 6, 5. They're going to get staggered, so it'll be fatal. So they'll actually do 10 damage against us. Yeah, the 4 damage is going to be enough. So I'm going to burn all my lights before they go. If I can at least get it down to just these 2, then it's basically 3 against 2 then. It'll lighten our load a lot. So there's a nice stagger. If Finn can survive this and power through to her, yes! Gone! Oh, I should have read that. I should have read what it said. Can I go back and read it? I'm pretty sure she died. I just kind of glanced over. Oh my god, Dia's alive! How? Obviously, they're going first because they're closer. And then I could pull that 3 damage right here. So I can fight this one. That'll clash. So I did pull one of them, but this is still going through. Darn it. So I guess I let Dia go. And we should be able to overpower that. And just unfortunately, we're going to lose Dia. We didn't! She's doing amazing! I forget what I gave her, but whatever. It's the scars. The scars nullified the damage. The 20% paid off! Woohoo! Defensive dice gain 1 to 2 power. Receive +3, 5 stagger damage when hit. Or the select librarian dies at the end of the 3rd scene, after which this page was chosen. Gain 4 strength, endurance, haste, and protection each scene until death. All stagger damage instances change to ineffective. Guess what? Dia, you are now pumping with adrenaline. Oh, God. So they're on a timer, but we got so lucky with that 20% negation of damage that I'm not even going to risk this again. Dia is definitely going to start obliterating people. Ow, ow. Don't stagger us. Yeah, thank God. Attack. Attack hard, Dia. They've got insane strength. There's the stagger. Now we get to attack them directly. We're gonna bring down Walt. Walter's on death's door. This is easy now. And then I think this is either the last turn or I got one more with Dia. Either way, though, this is the only... Oh, no. If we lose both of them, I was certain that I would succeed. So they died too. Correct? Dia's here. This is perfect. They got a 7. Go, guess what, buddy? I'm pulling that damage. We're clashing hard. Now, I need some other really good damage. I guess I could inflict bleed. That would probably be for the best. Let's get some bleed in there. Roland will be safe. We're losing Dia after this turn, though. Yes, attack. Oh, staggered him really hard. Oh, poor Dia. We lost them. But that card, the adrenaline boost, That saved us. Dio went nuts. And Scar's nullifying damage, that was insane too. I'm just gonna throw all my lights at them. Yeah, you're too slow. That'll work too. We're gonna deal with enough damage. I'm not worried about it. I didn't crawl all the way up only to face such a futile end. No, apparently you did. Unfortunate for you.
기계답다는 건 뭐야?
에휴, 그 주제인가?
전에도 질리도록 들어왔거든.
말했듯이 감정과 지성을 지닌 기계는 더 이상 만들어질 수 없어. 설사 만들어졌다 해도 윤리적인 함의는 머리에 의해 진작에 끝났지. 감정을 지닌 기계는 인간과 다를 것이 무엇인가? 이 질문에 대한 답이 내려졌단 거야. 감정과 지성을 지녔다 해도 인간과 다를 바 없다 해도 기계로 태어난 것은 기계다. 기계는 언제나 인간 아래에 있어야 한다.
It should be below humans. It should act like a machine. In other words, how dare a machine try to stand on the even playing field?
그러므로 가치 판단을 혼란시키는 지성을 가진 기계는 앞으로 제조하는 것이 금지된다. 또한 지성을 가진 기계는 누구의 소유물이라 하더라도 즉각 폐기 처분해도 된다.
So that means that all of the wings and the associations, everyone has come together and said this would be a problem if they seemed too real. People would actually start questioning whether or not humanity is the right fit for like the top of the food chain here. And that means that it would question all the people in power. And they can't have that. And that's because I think, unfortunately, in this world, machines have better morals than all of the people do because they don't want for the same things that the people do. So instead, they put the machines down. That way, people don't realize, oh no, people are the monsters here.
즉, 기계는 기계고 인간은 인간이다. 기계는 인간을 위해 존재한다. 라는 거지. 도시의 사람들은 그렇게 생각하기로 결정했어.
고철덩이에 인간 뇌를 처박은 것은?
어쨌든 그건 인간이야. 지각에 따라선 오염됐다고 천대받기도 하지만 뇌 자체를 인공적으로 만든 건 아니잖아. 아무튼 무슨 말인지 알겠지?
누군가의 뇌의 구조를 전자적으로 복사해서 만들어낸 것은?
그건 기계야. 인간으로서 태어난 것이 아니니까. 내가 봐도 왜 이런 기준으로 정했는지 이해가 안 가지만 말이야. 태생이 인간이란 것이 제일 중요해 보여.
Oh, we're back in like the feudal era. Well, not like futile, but feudal. Like kings and queens and stuff. Where your birthright is the most important thing. If you're born as a human, you count as a human. If you're not born as a human, then you don't count. That seems a little silly to me.
그게 인간이라는 종을 지켜내기 위한 것 같기도 하고.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. They're just trying to preserve humanity as a species because AI could basically just wipe us out. And they would be better for the world and better to other people than we are to ourselves.
불공평하네.
Angela, if you don't learn anything, you need to learn that the world is never fair, period. And the sad thing is this world is even more unfair.
공평한 게 어디 있겠어?
그래. 다들 저마다의 불공평함을 떠안은 채 살아가는 거겠지.
Yeah, exactly. We all have our own issues that we deal with.
이제야 좀 도시 사람 같네.
There you go. Now you're learning something about the city. It's all hopeless down here. Ooh, you saw it. Buddy, who are you fighting? The Allaround Helper! Yay! I like this little dude. They don't do any damage to me. Well, barely any damage. Repetitive pattern recognition. Restore 1 light after dealing 10 or more damage in a single scene. Uh-oh. About that. Don't be doing more than 10 or more damage. On use gain 4 strength and 1 endurance. Holy crap. Let's maybe attack the one that's resting then. My blow it up should go first, and then this goes through because I assigned this one second, and then I assigned this one first, and then this one second. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, see, they just kind of block, and I'm not attacking them directly. So, but we can deflect against one another. So we did take some stagger damage there. Now, what are we up against? Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's quite a bit of damage, actually. I just want you to know, I always thought you were awesome. Please don't die. Don't die, Yasad. I need you. Hang on, buddy. Clash hard. Yeah, you didn't get staggered and you didn't die. Lower the minimum value of all dice by 1 and raise the maximum value by 3. I like that. I like that a lot. But it's high risk, high reward. When a successful blunt attack, inflict 1 bind and paralysis next scene. I like that one a lot more. Especially since I'm mainly focused on doing blunt damage now. Oh, wait, no, it's just defending. We're fine. We're not going to take any extra damage that way. This works. Yeah, we got a decent roll. A 6. That's a really good roll. Now, how many of you would like to taste my flaming bat? How about you? Do you want a flaming bat to the face? I could also whirlwind this one. That one sounds good, especially if I max roll that one. That would be fun. Probably won't, but I can try anyway. Either way, damage is going through. Hang on tight. Darn it. I knew that was going to happen. Good news is, now that they're staggered, it won't really matter all that much because, I think they're going to go back to defense mode, aren't they? Defense mode? No, this one's attacking. But this one's on defense mode. It's resting. So I can just non-stop barrage this thing in the face. And Yasad won't take any damage, and they're not moving, so they won't take damage from the bleed either. We'll bring at least this one down, and then all we have to do is worry about the one all by itself. Oh, I didn't even need that attack. I could have just hit this thing. Oops. Well, now it's super strong, so it's walloping us with 10 damage. Do you have anything that can stop 10 damage by chance? No. On use, give everyone protection. You might need that next turn. So let's start with that one, and then I can hit it, which will give it paralysis next turn. Even though I'm going to stagger this thing anyway. Oh, it did! It clashed and it won! Oh my god. Wow. Nice job, buddy. I think that was because I had the thing on him which let the dice go +3 maximum. And we rolled maximum in order to stop it. I get so lucky sometimes with these rolls.
책 배달이요. 이번엔 들어오기 전에 옷도 다듬었지.
Aw, I don't want to get too comfortable with Roland, because I still don't trust him. Look at that face. That is not a trustworthy face. They are kind of likable. I know that that could just be them weaseling their way in. But if they're taking the time to tidy up their appearance on their way to Yasad, who is known for their OCD, it's hard to hate Roland too. Even I am starting to get won over to the Roland team. And that's saying something, because I am always suspicious.
왔습니까? 엔젤라의 캐시.
참 아직도 괜히 뭐니 하네.
당신이 가져다준 책들은 흥미로웠습니다. 뒷골목의 기술은 헝겊과 같이 난잡하게 얽혀있더군요. 쓰레기 더미를 이용한 조잡한 장비부터 반물질을 사용한 의상까지 기술의 정도가 앞뒤를 가리지 않고 엉켜있습니다.
기술은 첨예하지만 그 혜택을 받을 수 있는 것은 소수지.
Yeah, probably just the rich people, Yasad.
자본에 따라 나뉘는 것이겠죠.
돈이 있는 자는 그 어떤 질병에도 죽지 않을 수 있는 시대야.
That would be nice.
치료제가 다양해진 것은 물론이고 쩐이 좀 따라줘야 하지만 특이점이라는 신노릇하는 기술들도 생기고 말이야. 로보토미의 특이점은 뭐였나? 어차피 회사 망한 거 궁금한데.
I guess. But why are you prying into that? You know that it's here somewhere. That's why you're looking for that singularity.
뻔뻔하게도 물으시는군요. 어차피 당신에게는 말해도 되겠죠.
I'm kind of curious too. What they deemed their singularity. Obviously it was Carmen, right? The creation of the abnormalities. Or is there something else to it? Because maybe it was the whole time rewind thing.
거참 은근히 계속 무시하네. 나도 그렇게 멍청이는 아니거든.
로보토미의 특이점은 인간의 마음, 부정형의 개념을 물리적으로 발현시키는 겁니다.
That's different than I was suspecting. Physically manifesting the human mind?
도서관도 같은 맥락으로 인간의 감정을 물리적인 힘으로 발현시키죠.
Oh, okay, I see what it means. Physically manifesting the human mind. So not creating a new mind. It was creating something physical out of the manifestation of thoughts, emotions, and feelings. So that's what it meant by physically manifesting the human mind.
쉽게 말해 인간의 감정을 덩어리라고 보는 겁니다. 경험을 쌓아서 감정을 만들고 감정이 고조하면 책장을 골라 최종적으로 자신의 책, 즉 자아를 만드는 겁니다.
Okay. Oh, comprehensive manifestation of their ego. Similar to like the weapons before.
전투가 치열하고 감정이 격해질수록 자아는 점점 강렬해지며 마음의 상태가 밖으로 표출하는 거죠.
So that's why people were saying that the library requires emotions and why emotion levels dictates whether or not we get good cards, bad cards, or like how strong we get in the fight. And because it does. The stronger an emotion is, whether good or bad, it powers this place and it hands us things.
마음이 물리적으로 발현한다라. 확실히 뒤틀림하고 냄새가 비슷하군.
It's exactly the same as the distortion. Why is that?
뭐라고 하셨습니까?
아니야, 대충 혼잣말이지. 아무튼 특이점은 특이점이네. 대단하구만. 그래서 오히려 궁금해. 말쿠트 얘기 들었는데 너희는 예전에 인류를 구하는 일에 참여했다며?
그렇습니다.
도대체 구원할 게 어디 있다는 거야? 뭐 돈이라도 하늘에서 떨어지게 하려 했나? 그러면 확실히 모두가 구원받을 텐데.
That would be a band-aid on a permanent problem. Because there's always going to be someone who's going to want more of it than anyone else. So they'll fight everyone for theirs.
그런 가짜는 방법이 아닙니다. 그리고 당신이 그렇게 가볍게 입에 담아도 될 희생이 아닙니다.
워워워, 진정해 진정. 여기서 뭔 말을 못하겠네.
Not with Yasad, no.
우리는 마음을 치료하고자 했습니다. 연구팀을 이끌었던 카르멘이라는 사람이 있었죠.
Yeah, okay, I guess. But I feel like Carmen should not have been brought up in any of these conversations just yet.
카르멘은 도시 사람 모두에게 마음의 병이 있다고 했습니다.
They do. It's not just diseased. It's full of parasites. It's full of... you name it, they got it.
이 병은 너무나 깊어서 이대로 두면 천천히 인류는 자멸하게 될 것이라고.
And it's still marching that way, even though things have changed a little bit.
모두가 자살하려 불구덩이에 뛰어드는 상태와 다름없다고 말했습니다.
뭐? 이건 내 해결사의 감으로 보아하니 사이비 교주 냄새 팍팍 나는데. 그 말에 다들 그런가 보다 하면서 동조했다고?
저도 그렇게 바보는 아닙니다. 명확한 과학적 지표도 있었죠.
I was half expecting Yasad to go full ninja mode and like stab Roland for insulting Carmen, but I guess not. So let's continue with the
역시
conversation.
당신에게는 자세히 설명한다 해도 소용없겠군요.
대단한 천재납셨네. 뭐 아무튼 그렇다 치고 인류를 구하는 일은 성공했나?
Obviously not. Have you seen the world out there, Roland? It's not saved. The whole process was supposed to go 7 days. It only lasted 3.
끝까지 절 놀리는군요. 실패했으니 지금 이 모습 이 꼴 아닙니까?
아, 뭐 그건 그렇네.
Here's the thing. Roland doesn't know what the goal really was. So Roland is fishing for more information about what that end goal was. Was this the end goal they envisioned? And now Angela's sort of just taking advantage of the world out there. Is the distortions working toward that end goal? Or did something go awry somewhere? And now this is kind of an experiment on the entire city, just kind of run amok. It's completely out of control. And the truth is, I think, somewhere in the middle of all that.
제가 무엇보다 화가 나는 것은 인류를 구하지 못해서가 아닙니다. 지금까지 우리는 수많은 악행을 저질러 왔습니다. 인류의 구원이라는 단 하나의 목적을 위해서 말입니다. 그러기 위해서는 어쩔 수 없다고. 당신처럼 어쩔 수 없다는 심정으로 비윤리적인 실험을 해왔고 로보토미에서는 직원들을 알면서도 사지로 몰아넣었습니다. 이 모든 추악한 짓은 더 큰 목표를 위해서라면서 말입니다. 하지만 그게 다 소용없어지게 될 상황입니다.
That's the thing that would upset me the most too. And it does. I'm upset. You know how hard I had to work to accomplish that? Where all of you little idiots couldn't quite get it done? Don't worry, they called in the big guns and I took care of it. No, I know that they worked way harder and they were doing it way before I showed up. But so sad that they had all of this hope and there was all of this evidence pointing toward if it would have just lasted the 7 days, this world could have been a better place. That being said, I still feel like there may be a grander plan here, and that maybe, just maybe, Angela is acting in accordance to the plan that A wrote out, and that A took into consideration that Angela would stop it at a certain point, and how long that would take. Now that's probably giving way too much credit to A, to have that much forethought about this whole thing. But if they designed Angela for that specific purpose, and they hid that in her coding somewhere, maybe, just maybe, A could have thought all of this through then. And maybe it's not all for naught. Maybe the plan is still going. But unfortunately, it wasn't going to work the way that they thought it was going to work, and they had to go to plan B or C or D. And they had to activate the sleeper agent that was hiding within Angela in order to get this done.
지금까지 그들의 희생은 대체 저와 동료들의 아픔을 모두 엔젤라가 빼앗아간 겁니다.
Oh, we're back, huh?
벌써 지친 거니? 아직 나와 우리 부서 직원들은 더 할 수 있는데. 웃기는 소리 하지 마. 이번에는 전과 달리 확실히 죽여줄 테니.
비나, 당신이라 해도 우리 모두를 뚫을 수는 없습니다.
Right? This is right after Binna betrays them and takes up the mantle with Angela?
확실히 그렇겠구나. 아무리 나라도 짧은 시간 안에 너희들을 저지하는 건 힘들겠지. 무언가 뾰족한 수가 필요하겠구나, 엔젤라.
그렇지 않아도 이제 막 준비된 참이야.
No! You didn't turn all the abnormalities loose, did you? Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm not clicking that button just yet. The nostalgia of that song. The second I heard the trumpet and this music kick in, my heart started pounding a little bit quicker. It's like a Pavlovian response to it. I've been trained now. Everything just hit the fan.
클리포트 억지력이 감소됐어. 내 권한이 빼앗겨버린 거야.
Yeah, sorry, Chesed. No one has control like Angela has control of this place. Oh. I mean, there was all sorts of rampage going on there.
산성체들이 격리실에서 풀려나고 있어.
If they're only doing it one at a time, it's okay. Also, there is a backwards clock somewhere in this facility. Go and find it and turn it on.
각 세피라와 헤더 부서는 모두 내 지휘에 따라줘.
Go, Malkuth, go!
이제부터 지휘팀이 명령권을 쥐도록 할게.
Yeah, kick some butt! Oh my god!
토크마와 설계팀은 엔젤라가 시스템을 장악하는 것을 막아주세요.
알겠습니다.
데브라와 징계팀은 비나를 막아줘.
당연하지. 맞게만 두라고.
Oh my god. This is what I've always wanted.
코드와 교육팀은 직원들에게 현 상황에 맞는 매뉴얼을. 직원들에게 아닙니다. 비상대책 매뉴얼 타입 X예요. 전 직원들은 이 매뉴얼에 따라 대응해주세요. 넷자로와 안전팀은 부상자들을 처리하는 데 힘써줘.
알겠어. 최대한 빠르게 대응해볼게.
Dang, even Netzak is motivated? Oh, Angela has really poked the bear on this one.
예소드와 정보팀은 탈출한 환상체들의 약점을 바로 식별해줘.
한치의 오차도 없도록 분석하겠어.
헬세드와 복지팀은 한시라도 빨리 클리포트 억제력을 복구해줘.
최대한 빨리 복구할게. 환상체의 탈출은 내 실책이니.
죄책감에 빠져있을 시간 없어, 헬세드! 스피리트와 중앙본부팀은 임기응변으로 지원해줘. 안 그래도 그럴라 했어.
Yeah, let's kick some butt.
너희들이 힘을 맞추는 모습 보기 좋구나. 어디 끝까지 막아보려구나.
That's okay. We can do this. Everyone work together.
당신은 모를 겁니다. 빛이 사그러들지 않기 위해 필사적으로 발버둥 쳤던 우리들을.
Oh, so that was what happened right after. Dang. It was so cool. They were all coming together. They all had our role. They were all cool, calm, and collected. They knew what to do. And they had the world's strongest agents to handle it all. Our agents. I left them with the cream of the crop, the best of the best. They had the silver mist even. I mean, how did they lose? I mean, obviously I know how they lost. Angela is just a walking disaster, especially in their own domain. And Binna is no chump either. They can walk through most of my agents.
그리고 결국 타협해버린 우리의 죄책감을.
Compromising at the end? What happened?
그래, 난 모르지. 그저 엔젤라를 도울 뿐이야. 난 그 녀석이 목적을 이룰 수 있다면 좋겠거든.
그 과정이 어떻든 결과만 바라면 된다는 거군요. 당신은 역시 엔젤라와 마찬가지로 본인의 안위만을 생각하죠. 정말 도시 같습니다. 마음의 병을 앓고 있는 전형적인 도시 사람입니다. 도시의 기술이 어떤 희생 위에 만들어졌는지 신경도 쓰지 않은 채 당장의 편의를 위해 그저 기술을 사용하죠. 그것이 자멸을 부르는지도 모르고 말입니다.
너희가 부르는 마음의 병이 그런 거였어? 결과보단 과정을 중시해야 한다고? 몽상가의 샌님들 천지였네.
I'm not saying Roland's wrong. There is a fine line between appreciating all the sacrifice that went into a technology and then just appreciating a technology just because there were sacrifices made. There is a huge difference, and that's kind of what Yasad was basically demanding, is that you should respect this technology because a sacrifice was made. But the sad truth of any invention is that there will always be a sacrifice made, one way or another, whether it's of a person's time, their livelihood, their life, or their relationships with others. And I would argue that some of the best inventions that had the most sacrifices, we take for granted every day. And honestly, that's okay, because if we went out and saw it and tried to remember every sacrifice ever made, there would just be too much.
보나마나 넌 둥지 출신이겠어. 기술과 특이점의 대가가 무엇인지는 내가 누구보다 뼈저리게 잘 알아. 그리고 너희가 말하는 그 마음의 병.
Roland saw those technologies used against people. So they're looking at it from the complete opposite side of where Yasad was standing. Yasad was making it. Roland had to live with the consequences of the results of those technologies being used by normal people.
특이점이 어떤 원리나 대가를 사용하는지 모른 채 기술의 혜택을 누릴 뿐이라고? 그러고 싶어서가 아니라 그럴 수밖에 없는 거야. 기업은 감추고 소비자는 질문하기를 포기했어. 지쳤거든. 당장 내 삶이 팍팍하기 때문에.
The people don't have a choice. They're dying out there without the use of those singularities, and they don't have the resources to look it up. They just have to take a risk and hope it's better than what they're going through right now.
역시 당신과는 말이 통하지 않는군요.
You guys have to find a compromise somewhere in this, then. Because you're both arguing the exact same thing, you're just looking at it from the opposite angle.
아, 마침 나도 그렇게 생각하고 있었어. 이거 하나는 통했네.
But you're saying the same things. You're both saying all these technologies are horrible. Now, I will say that, unfortunately, Yasad did say that Roland had a diseased mind, which he took offense to. But I think if you step back and you just look at it, from both perspectives, they both realize that the other person isn't a bad person. They just realize that they will never understand what they had to endure. And that's okay. They need to realize this. It's everyone has their own experiences, their own traumas, their own issues in life. And to say one is worse than the other or better than the other, or you need to consider my aspect of it just because I said so, that's a little short-sighted. I kind of feel bad because they were just getting along.
당신이 뭐라 해도 저는 응당 그래야 한다는 것에 눈 감고 있기만은 싫습니다.
And that's where it's going to end? Oh, well, I'm sure eventually they'll they'll work that out. Or they won't. I don't know. One way or the other, I guess. This is what I wanted to see. If the librarian has maximum light at the start of a scene, you gain haste and deal +2 to 7 damage with attacks for that scene. This seems really good, that recharge one. And then after every 3 clash wins, restore 1 light, gain 1 to 2 haste next scene. This is really good too. No wonder this one's the little happy helper or whatever it's called. I never remember this one. And then offensive dice gain power against enemies with slower speeds. +1 power per point of difference up to 3. So we can gain power if we're fast. So I need Yasad's team to be super fast and be doing a lot of damage. But yeah, I'm a little upset that those two aren't getting along as well anymore, but I totally get where both of them are coming from. And I guess we'll see if they ever do patch things up in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this one, and remember to take care, and goodbye!